Hello everybody and welcome to the birelART UK Series finale at Whilton Mill. It is going to be an absolutely incredible day at the office. Hello to everybody watching on Facebook and listening on Downforce Radio. This is going to be an amazing curtain closer to what promises to be an amazing showdown in the damp and greasy conditions here on a November morning. It's bonfire night. But it's bonfire day with fireworks set to rain around the circuit in very tricky and greasy conditions this morning. We've had several drivers going off at Crook Corner in the last 5 minutes, as it seems there's some moisture down there at turn 2, which is causing a bit of a havoc just as we get ourselves ready for first qualifying in the cadets. Good morning, Jake Sanson here. And it's going to be an absolutely terrific day as we crown 4 champions in the birelART Cadets, Juniors, Super Elites and Super Masters. With some absolutely incredible battles to come. We've just finished the final warm-up session for the day, and there's 10 minutes now on the clock for each of the qualifying sessions. We've got several drivers wandering down to Crook Hairpin, turn 2, the right-hander on the way up the hill towards Fine Lady, who are trying to get an understanding as to why so many karts have gone off the circuit at that particular part. We even had people like Sam Dimolo and Neil Fisher spinning off backwards as they turned into the right-hander and just went straight on, off onto the runoff area, onto the grass and into the barriers. So there's very little grip at all on slick tyres. And the thing is, this is difficult because as you can see from the pictures on your Facebook live stream, there's absolutely no rain to be seen at all. So a difficult situation for the drivers to combat coming into this one. We had a little bit of spitting this morning, but it doesn't exactly explain why there's an awful lot of moisture off there at the far side. But we are, as we said, live on Facebook, on the birelART UK Series Facebook page, and we are live on Downforce Radio as well for those who can't get near Facebook. So an absolutely incredible day of racing ahead of us as we've got some terrific action from all 4 series, from the cadets, the juniors, the super elites and the super masters. And one of the people who has decided to watch the stream right from the start is Alicia Parmowski, who was here yesterday, in fact. She was out testing a little bit earlier on. And here she says, good luck to all the drivers. Wish I was there. Can't wait for next year. She did an absolutely fantastic job in yesterday's testing session, actually. And to be fair to her, she was very quick. So we're looking forward to seeing what she can do in the 2018 season. She was very fast both at Shennington and here yesterday at Whilton Mill. We've got a few E-plate champions that we've crowned, obviously, from last time out at Shennington. There was some pretty exciting stuff from the drivers. And we've got 4 new E-plate champions in Christian Lilly in the cadets. We have Sam Cunliffe in the juniors, who pulled off that master stroke of genius with tyre strategy last time out in the wet-dry conditions at Shennington. And then, of course, we had an E-plate winner in the shape of Sam Faulkner and Sam Dimolo in the Super Elites and Super Masters last time out. But now it's time to crown champions, and there are 4 of them looking to be driver champions in the list. Who else is chatting away? Andrew McWilliam has got in touch with us as well. Looks drier than this time yesterday. You're absolutely right. It is drier than this time yesterday. The sun is out, trying to push all of the excess moisture off the circuit surface. So that's obviously going to make things a little bit easier for the drivers to cope with in the early phase of the race. And we've got a couple of drivers out there at the moment who ended up having difficulties in their own warm-up session. So Tom Snape is out there at the moment from the Super Elites. Matthew Pearce is there as well. Dave Burns didn't get out in the earlier practice session as well. I wonder if he's going to get an opportunity to head out on the circuit. It's untimed, of course, this warm-up lap. It's not official. The next session out on the circuit, though, is official, and that's going to be for qualifying. So we've got plenty of people watching along on Facebook, which is good to see. And obviously there's a potential champion in the works in the cadets in the shape of Ella Stevens. Alice Powell, the driver coach for Ella Stevens, sends her good luck and good wishes. Go Ella Stevens. She's not far at all from wrapping this title up. 40 points is the advantage she has on Tom Harvey going into this final round of the championship. And it's going to be a really exciting battle for these last 3 races of the season. And the cadets are on the dummy grid at the moment as they get themselves ready for the action. And what a quality grid of drivers it is coming into this one. The way it looks in the championship at this moment is it is Ella Stevens 40 points ahead of Tom Harvey as they battle for the championship. They can lose it, however. The E-plate holder Christian Lilly, who wrapped it up last time out at Shennington, he needs an absolute howler from both of them this weekend to wrap up the championship, but it can be done. And Christian Lilly has won races over the course of this season. He knows how to get the job done, and he has just clinched the E-plate championship. So there is genuinely an opportunity for a three-way title fight going into this final round of the championship. And it will be very tough, but there's plenty of opposition for them here in the Cadet Championship. The likes of Nathan Ty, Louis Ross, Charlie Humphreys, Aidan Hassan's been very strong all weekend. So has Dylan Briley, actually. Dylan Briley's been incredibly fast so far this weekend in the warm-up sessions. He's been incredibly combative with the conditions. He's good at reading the weather situation. So he looks pretty mighty this time out. We might see him on the podium, long-awaited time on the podium for the first time this weekend in the season. It'd be great to see him there. We've also got the newbie Jamie Scott in the lineup. It'd be good to see how well he goes. And hopefully he will be as quick as he was yesterday. He really put in a fantastic effort in his first proper session in these karts at a race weekend. Having done the academy and done the testing yesterday, he proved he had the skills and the speed to be up there with the best of them. So he's got himself a race crack in the final round of the championship. Good to see. There's plenty of opportunities for youngsters to get into the sport for the first time. And it's going to be an absolutely brilliant 2018 season. Plenty of space on the grid. If you want to find out more about us, you can head to the website. The birelART UK Series website is as follows, birelARTUKseries.com. And of course, we're going to be present at the Autosport International Show in January as well, from January the 11th to 14th. So you can find out more about us in person, meet the team, meet us all and get to know the karts a little bit better. We're getting lots of well wishes coming in ready for the cadets class. Marco Zaffino has just sent us a message. Come on, Callum Lockett, keep it lit. He's done a great job actually all weekend, Callum Lockett. Again, he is, for me, pound for pound, Callum Lockett is the most improved driver on the cadet grid this season. At the start of the year, he was a couple of seconds off the pace. He was really struggling to find his feet. And now, at this end of the season, he is fighting in the midfield with the best of them. He's doing an absolutely brilliant job. And that's all you can expect of cadets at this level. They're obviously as young as 7 when they start in this class. They just need to make progress. It's all about getting faster, getting better, and improving upon your own ability. And Callum Lockett has genuinely been, for me, the most outstanding driver at doing that this year, because he came from so far off the back of the grid. Now he is genuinely competitive with the rest of them, which is fantastic. We also have Stuart Briley, is watching along. Go on, Dylan. And he's doing an absolutely cracking job so far this weekend. Dylan has been mighty as he gets things started off in his weekend. He's been very, very strong. But as you can see on the camera lens, if you're watching on Facebook Live, we have got some precipitation now. There is some water coming down on the circuit. It's only spitting, but that is definitely going to mess with the qualifying. And actually, considering we had so many people going straight on at Crook in the Super Masters warm-up session, I'm starting to wonder if that's going to affect qualifying. Now, is there oil down at Crook, or is there something else? We're not entirely sure what the situation is, but there's definitely some interesting opposition to the cadets having a dry running here as the rain is starting to come down just a little bit. It's not very heavy, and as you can see on the Facebook live stream, the sunshine is still very, very strong. But it doesn't mean it's not getting wetter out there. Lily Jeffs, who was out testing yesterday. Good luck, everyone, for today's racing. I had a great day yesterday taking my evaluation and testing the kart. Looking forward to competing next year, she says. Well, we're looking forward to having you in the paddock as well, Lily. There's still plenty of spaces for drivers to get on the grid. You start racing in the cadets from as young as 7 years old. And anybody who has the ability to race at a decent level is welcome to come and test the karts. We have testing in the winter as well, and you can obviously get in touch via the birelART UK Series website, birelARTUKseries.com. Come and visit us as well at the Autosport International if you're thinking of a championship to race in the 2018 season. There will be live streaming all the way through the year as well, with all of the races hopefully being covered on the social media network, on our birelART UK Series Facebook page, and as always on Downforce Radio. Every round of the championship has been covered this year, and it's been mighty, mighty exciting to see how the championship has played out. It's been very, very exciting. The racing has been very close, and no holds barred racing all the way through the season. And now we come down to a showdown here for the final round of the championship. It's going to be really exciting as well, because looking at the championship standings, Ella Stevens leads the way as we get the green flag and the 10-minute qualifying session begins. The drivers go out. Ella Stevens leads the way on dropped scores with 1,888 points, with an advantage of, I'm just trying to quickly do my mathematics here, 36 points actually. I thought it was 40 points. It's actually 36 points over Tom Harvey. Christian Lilly is just about in touch with 1835. Then we have Louis Ross fourth in the points from Charlie Humphreys and Nathan Tye. Freddie Tomlinson is seventh in the points, but sadly he can't attend the final round of the championship, so he is likely to drop outside of the top 7. He's going to be beaten to the post if he's very unlucky by Kylan Ingram, Oakley Keatley and Jamie Gurney, the man with the amazing Technicolor go-kart. You'll see him as he comes out, but there we are. We have the E-plate and the 5-plate leading the way. That is Christian Lilly and Louis Ross as they run around the circuit, just trying to get some heat into the tyres. Nobody went off at Crook, which is interesting, so obviously the cadets potentially have a little bit more grip in these conditions than the Supermasters do. But we're underway for qualifying here at the Whilton Mill circuit. So the times are going to drop very, very quickly, and it's going to be Formula One-esque in terms of the battle. So Oakley Keatley has just got in touch with us to say, I'm number 99. So good to see that Oakley Keatley is running the number 99 today. We'll keep a lookout for you, Oakley. Don't you worry. Oh, and we have got karts going off at Crook as they get up to speed. So it's obviously when they're running at speed, karts run a little bit wide. It's Louis Ross that went off there on the top end of the circuit, up on the exit of Crook. But several drivers are going up. We got 2 in the barriers. That's Dylan Briley has gone there with Callum Lockett at the Crook hairpin. So there's a lot of people going off. And Aidan Hassan now goes off with them as well. So it's when they're at racing speed, but karts are going off at Crook, and I'm not entirely sure why this is, because this hasn't happened so far over the course of the season. The last time we were at Whilton Mill in March, we certainly didn't have this many karts going off at Crook, just under raced conditions. So there must be something down there that's causing the issue. Maybe there's oil that's been left down, or some form of moisture has been dropped out on the circuit that is even more so than the rain, but it's very, very tricky indeed at Crook, and they've just got to do the best they can. Nathan Tye running wide at Crook, but keeps it on the circuit. That's important. So the first lap times are coming in, and it's Charlie Humphreys that leads the way at the moment on a 56.551 from Nathan Tye, Kylan Ingram and Oakley Keatley. So we're just going to see how the lap times go. Ella Stevens is currently 6th, but she's going to get a lot faster than that as they tiptoe their way through the first corner. They're having to work so hard through Crook Corner this time. It's a really slippery minefield out there at the moment. Drivers coming through, getting some lap times in. At the moment, it's Charlie Humphreys who's set the pace from Nathan Tye, Kylan Ingram, Oakley Keatley, Christian Lilly, Ella Stevens and Christian Valverde. We've got yellows at the first corner, and it's again Callum Lockett who's gone off there at Crook Corner once again. So it's that Crook hairpin. It's catching out so many people today. Jamie Gurney in behind Christian Valverde at the moment. Then we have Tom Harvey in 9th position, ahead of Louis Ross, Dylan Briley, Aidan Hassan, Jamie Scott and Callum Lockett. With less than 7 minutes to go in the session, there will be faster times coming in. Jamie Gurney pops up in a 3rd. Christian Valverde goes 4th. That is definitely a much greater improvement from Christian Valverde. He's been knocking on the door of the top 10 all season, and Valverde is now in 4th position. Brilliant stuff. Make that 5th as Ella Stevens now pops up into P4. So absolutely terrific stuff. But Humphreys is pole position at the moment from Nathan Tye. Jamie Scott comes up to 11th place in front of Dylan Briley, Aidan Hassan and Callum Lockett. Now they're struggling to get a fast lap time in at the moment, because again we've got a spin at Crook hairpin. Now who is it that's gone this time? Couldn't quite see who that was, unfortunately, but everybody is really struggling with Crook hairpin. The karts are literally turning into the first part of the apex at Crook and then just going straight on to the runoff area. They can't get the kart turned in. So there's definitely something down at that first corner. They're just drifting out to the far side. Now, some drivers are getting the hang of it. Charlie Humphreys and Nathan Tye in particular. Nathan Tye's just done a 0.8 of a second slower than Charlie Humphreys. Oh, and there's a little bit of wheel banging as they come off the turn there. That's Christian Lilly going at it with Jamie Gurney and passing the 99 of Oakley Keatley as he looks like he's on a fast run. Tom Harvey now comes up to 4th position, crucially ahead of Ella Stevens. So it's now Humphreys, Tye, Louis Ross in 3rd from Harvey, Gurney, Stevens, Keatley, Valverde, Christian Lilly down to 9th and Kylan Ingram in 10th from Briley, Scott, Hassan and Lockett. So it's tricky conditions that we've had over the course of the session, and it's still very tricky as Dylan Briley tries to save the kart through Crook. He does so. Just watching out of the window of my commentary box here is Aidan Hassan. Oh, very nearly gets caught there as a spin again at Crook. The back end comes around as Callum Lockett moves up into 13th position, so he's starting to get faster lap times on the board. We've got several karts coming onto the main straight now as they cross the line. Lilly, Keatley, Gurney, Ingram and Valverde. And what are the lap times now producing? They're starting to get some really fast laps in now. So Humphries is your leader from Louis Ross in second, then Lilly, Ty, Harvey, Gurney. Up to second comes Tom Harvey. That's important for the championship. So Tom Harvey has now made his way up into second position at the moment. Louis Ross is third. Christian Lilly up to fourth position, the E-plate, so he's got himself a good lap time in there. Nathan Ty fifth from Gurney. Keatley, the leading rookie. Ella Stevens is eighth at the moment from Christian Valverde. Dylan Briley comes up to 10th position in front of Kylan Ingram, Aidan Hassan, Callum Lockett and Jamie Scott. So we've got just over 4 minutes to go in this qualifying session, and this will set the grid for the first heat. From that point onwards, it will be race results that start the that set the grids for the remaining races in the day. So many tricky positions to make up here for some drivers as they're now, you can see the times are tumbling all over the place now. So Humphries has been caught by Lilly, who's now second, half a second adrift. Keatley is third from Harvey, Gurney, Ross, Ty, Stevens, Valverde, Briley, Hassan, Ingram, Lockett and Scott. Now, the last time we raced here, we had 3 different race winners in the cadets. The first heat was won by Louis Ross, who started the season in fantastic form. The second was won by Ella Stevens in the pre-final. And then in the final, it was Tom Harvey, which kind of set the tone for the championship battle ahead of us. And it's been absolutely amazing to see how close it's been all the way through the year. Aidan Hassan, look at that, shoots up into the top 6 now. So Aidan Hassan doing a cracking job. It's the 2 rookies, Oakley Keatley in the 99 and Aidan Hassan in the 55, who have really done a sensational job in the first part of this session. Stuart Briley's just messaged us saying slicks might have been the wrong choice for Dylan. Well, maybe not, because it's actually starting to come to them now, although that's Callum Lockett going again at Crook, and another spin there. I think that might have been Scott that's gone around. To be fair to Scott, though, he's doing an absolutely incredible job, Jamie Scott. He has come into this as a novice, don't forget. This is his first weekend in the championship as a racer, and he's still doing an absolutely terrific job. So there's plenty of opportunities for him to improve. He's got a long hill to climb, and we all have to start somewhere. But his lap times are coming down, the 49, Jamie Scott, so plenty to do still. Dylan Briley comes through, and he's up to 8th. So maybe slicks were the right call, because he's now starting to find his rhythm, and the track is drying pretty quickly. We're going to get the fastest laps in the last 2 minutes as the circuit really dries. So Humphries is still your fastest. Lilly has dropped the gap down to just 0.4 of a second. Gurney is third from Aidan Hassan, now up to 4th place. Oakley Keatley is 5th. Harvey 6th from Ross, Briley, Ty, Valverde. Stevens is only 11th position at the moment. Kylan Ingram, then it's Callum Lockett and Jamie Scott. Now, in terms of qualifying, we've not got long to go. Is Ella Stevens going to have to start her first race of the day from a long way down the order? Oh, we've got Jamie Gurney's in the barriers. Jamie Gurney is in the barriers. So he's gone off there at Crook. Looks as though he's okay. He's literally just lost the car. The back end of the cart has gone and he's got stuck. It doesn't look like he's hurt in any way. Crook is not a particularly fast corner, so he's obviously gone off the circuit at a position where it's quite tricky to get the cart moving again. Aidan Hassan comes through. Does not cause any problems there at all, so we might have a little bit of a blip where we don't get any faster lap times in. Christian Lilly still second, trying to get that pole position. The E-plate is now only 0.3 of a second away. No, Christian Lilly's fastest. My apologies. Christian Lilly has finally got to the top of the timesheets. Humphries is second, sorry. Then it's Harvey, and Ross has just popped up into 4th position. 5th place, Aidan Hassan. 6th, Jamie Gurney from Keatley, Briley, Valverde, Ty, Stevens, Ingram, Lockett and Scott. And there's only 3 seconds between the established drivers in the championship. Oh, that's not gone well as Valverde tries to overtake Callum Lockett and goes over the top of his wheel. And Christian Valverde, well, he came from a long way back to try and get up the inside there at Christmas Corner. I think Christian might have overjudged that one. Absolutely terrific stuff. Let's look at a replay of it on the Facebook live stream. He just tried to turn in where Callum Lockett was, and the back end, whoopsie daisy, and he puts his hand in the air as if to say, what are you doing? I don't know if he's talking to himself or if he's talking to the other man in position there, Callum Lockett. But Valverde has now overtaken Callum Lockett on the road. We're in the final few seconds of the qualifying session in the birelART Cadets with their 60cc engines. So let's see who's going to finish up in pole position. At the moment, it's going to be the new E-Plate champion, Christian Lilly, who runs with the letter E on his cart to denote the English Open champion in the birelART UK Series. The checkered flag goes out, and Ella Stevens crosses the line in only 11th position. So she's going to have to fight her way from the back in this first race of the day in order to seal the championship. Tom Harvey has popped up into second place as well now. So Lilly is the pole position sitter from Tom Harvey. Up to second goes Aiden Hassan. Hassan goes up to second position, and there are celebrations down at my feet. Absolutely amazing, as Christian Lilly is fastest. Aiden Hassan is second. Harvey third. Humphreys is fourth. Louis Ross goes fifth position. Sixth is Dylan Briley. Briley up into the top six now as well. So slicks were the right call for Dylan Briley in the end after all. Sixth position, just in behind Louis Ross. Then Jamie Gurney, Oakley Keatley, Christian Valverde is ninth from Nathan Ty. Ella Stevens, Callum Lockett goes up to 12th position ahead of Kylan Ingram, and Jamie Scott is 14th. So that is going to be the starting grid for the first race of the day. That is an amazing grid that we have there, with Christian Lilly on the front row alongside the rookie Aiden Hassan. He's been building up to this all season as Aiden. Harvey, the championship rival of Ella Stevens, is third on the grid on the second row alongside Charlie Humphreys, who was leading for most of the session. Ross, Dylan Briley up in sixth place is a really good move for him. Jamie Gurney and Oakley Keatley are on row four from Christian Valverde and Nathan Ty. Good improvement there from Valverde to be up in the top 10 on merit by so much. Ella Stevens only 11th on the grid. That's a surprise, with Callum Lockett alongside her. Kylan Ingram 13th, and the new boy Jamie Scott in 14th position. So terrific stuff then from the drivers in the cadets. As you can see, the cloud cover is minimal. There's a little bit of a breeze picking up though, which should hopefully push any surface moisture off the circuit fairly quickly. But we're looking like we're getting some dry lap times running now, which is very good to see. If you're interested in being part of the birelART UK Series grid in 2018, all you need to do is head to the website birelARTUKseries.com, or come and visit us. We're at the Autosport International Show in January at the NEC, the National Exhibition Centre in Birmingham. We shall be there for all 4 days, from January the 11th on the Thursday all the way through to Friday the 14th of January as well. It's an incredibly affordable championship, the birelART UK Series. You will only spend 4 figures for racing in a season, and it's the lower end of 4 figures as well for an entire season, with the kart, the tyres, everything. Pooled engines through the course of the year, so everybody gets equal treatment. You can't buy extra parts or bonus engines to make things even faster. It's an absolutely incredible and very even championship. So let's get things started for the first race of the day in the birelART Cadets Championship. A great championship fight it's going to be. And here is the grid for the first race of the day. Christian Lilly and Aiden Hassan will be on the front row of the starting grid. Second row, Tom Harvey battling for the championship. Alongside him, Charlie Humphreys, a winner in the season already, and he will want to get another win on the board before the season is out. Louis Ross, 5th position on the grid. Alongside him, the ever impressive and improving Dylan Briley, who's still having an incredible weekend so far, up in 6th on the grid. Jamie Gurney and Oakley Keatley together on the 4th row of the starting grid. Many a great battle they've had this season. Christian Valverde lines up 9th on the grid. Alongside him, Nathan Ty, and that's going to be an interesting battle to see Nathan Ty charge his way back to the front. Ella Stevens likewise, almost the champion in the 2017 season, starts 11th, has a lot of work to do. Callum Lockett alongside her though, and very competitive with it. Kylan Ingram struggling in the qualifying session, only 13th. He will be charging his way through, and Jamie Scott lines up 14th on the starting grid as well. So apparently cart number 236 needs to go back to scrutineering. So that's cart number 236 needs to go back to scrutineering. Now that, I believe, number 236 is Matthew Pearce. So the cart number 236, I'm fairly confident that is Matthew Pearce, isn't it? So, yeah, sorry, no, it's Michael Roots. My apologies. 236 is Michael Roots. So Michael Roots has been called back to scrutineering. So if Michael Roots can make his way there very quickly, that would be very, very helpful. Thank you very much. Apologies there. That is the 236 of Michael Roots. Now, another question, and again, it's from Matthew Wiseman, and this is probably going to be an even harder question to ask. Who is going to win next year's 2018 championship? Well, it's interesting. I suppose it very much depends on who remains. I'm going to start that question with the cadets because the 2018 season has drawn us some very interesting debates on this one. There's a good chance that Ella Stevens will be back, whether she wins the championship or not. There's going to be a few who, by courtesy of their age, are going to move up. Tom Harvey, there's a very strong chance he will move up into the juniors based on the fact that he's quite tall and, of course, is going to become of age to do so, which paves the way for several drivers to get their hands on a chance of a cadet championship. And I would estimate we've got the likes of Ella Stevens, Charlie Humphreys, almost certainly is a battler for the championship in 2018. I can see Nathan Ty, Aidan Hassan, Jamie Gurney, all very much a shoe-in for the battle for the championship next year, and definitely Oakley Keatley, who is still coming into this meeting as the leading rookie. Dylan Briley is another one who has a really strong chance to go for the championship next year. There's so many talented racers on the grid. We're still seeing a lot of them improve and develop as they race, so there's plenty of top talent to come through. And of course, we still don't know which emerging cadet talents are going to join the grid for the 2018 season. You can from the age of 7, of course, so if you are ready to race, you can do. It's going to be very, very interesting as drivers prepare for the next championship assault. But the championship showdown in the cadets is about to take its first chapter, with Ella Stevens and Tom Harvey separated in the championship fight by 36 points in this final round of the championship. And just to give you an idea, it is 65 points for a heat win, 62 for second, and in third position you would collect a tally of 59. So there's an awful lot at stake here. A DNF does not mean you score nothing. It just means that you will drop down into the 15th or 16th position, depending on how many karts we have entered. We have 14 entered this time, and 14th position is what you would be classified as even if you DNF'd, and that is worthy of 47 points. Now, we also have to take into account dropped scores, which means that I will be having a major headache before the end of this race meeting as I try and figure out who has and who hasn't won the championship, but it's very close between Ella Stevens and Tom Harvey still. Tom Harvey, very positive, very, very motivated going into this one. He says, I know I'm a little bit far back, but I'm confident around here. I like the kart, I like the circuit. I still feel I've got a chance to do this. Ella Stevens, quietly confident. She's always quiet, at least when she's being interviewed on television around the circuit. She's a very happy, bouncy, boisterous young lady, and definitely with a strong karting career in front of her and potentially racing career as well, as of course there's Tom Harvey. The outside bet, Christian Lilly, is just doing what he does best. He's getting down, getting on with it, rolling his sleeves up and throwing himself into the battle. And it's going to be really interesting to see how they go. And we are ready to go. But that man on the front row with him, Aidan Hassan, with an amazing opportunity here from the front row of the starting grid. The karts leave the dummy grid and set off on their first of 2 formation laps around the circuit. So we've already given you the grid once before. Christian Lilly lines up on the front row of the grid. Alongside him on that front row is going to be Aidan Hassan. Charlie Humphreys warming up his tyres and perhaps doing a little bit too good a job of it. He will line up alongside Tom Harvey on that second row of the grid, as the drivers get themselves into position around the circuit for the first of 2 formation laps. They will be very, very excited to get this race underway. But I'm so excited. This is going to be very, very close. Alice Powell just mentioning Ella isn't quiet on the stream. Well, I suppose she has a tendency to be when she's being interviewed, but certainly not the rest of the time. She's one of the most chatty and giggly. Oh, Christian Valverde has spun down the back straight. Now, he has obviously tried to get himself into a decent position, warming up the tyres, and suddenly the queue of karts in front of him ended up getting a bit slowed up. So now they're going to, well, they were definitely going to go around again for another formation lap, but there are 2 formation laps around this circuit. So there they go again. No, the engine revs don't rise. The drivers signalling to each other. We're going to go round again, and this gives Christian Valverde a chance to get himself back into his starting position of 10th on the grid, I think it is. No, 9th on the grid, my apologies. So the drivers will now rotate around the circuit once again in their positions. Just a few well-wishers around the circuit once again, as we've got a few messages quickly before we get started. Chris Freeman says, good luck, Ella. She will have to fight her way from 11th on the starting grid. Sorry, 13th on the starting grid, I should say. No, it is 11th, I apologise. I'm losing count of the way things are. But the karts are now settling back into their positions. And as they go through Ashby, it's going to be interesting. Christian Lilly, the E-Plate champion, going out on a high in the 2017 season. I'm getting ahead of myself. Aidan Hassan joining him on the front row of the grid. This is the highest he's qualified all season, and he has come close to a podium or two over the course of the 2017 season. This is without a doubt his best chance yet. He's incredibly quick around here. His confidence is growing all the time. He's recently won a Young Milton Keynes Sportsman Award in recent weeks. And his stock is running very, very high at the moment, Aidan Hassan. He is a shoe-in for potentially a championship assault in 2018. But then there's several other drivers sat behind him, directly behind him on the grid, who want to say exactly the same thing. They come out of the toe of the boot, down the hill and into the ankle. It's going to be a really interesting one. Just quickly time for Austin Greatorex to have a good luck message for come on Oakley Keatley. The engine revs rise and we're racing. Immediately Christian Lilly cuts across and slots into the lead. Tom Harvey trying to get into second position round the outside of Aidan Hassan and has got the move done. Beautiful stuff, and round the outside tucked in there as well. That's a fast starting Louis Ross coming into the battle as well, I do believe, as they head into Christmas corner for the first time, and Ross gets a little bit of a nudge there from Charlie Humphreys. Humphreys trying to come right round the outside and takes the position. He gets through. They're squabbling away all over the place, and there's a spinner further back. That looks like Oakley Keatley, as Lilly and Ross have gone together at the, Lilly and Harvey have broken away together at the front, and Ellis Stevens has already made up 3 places, so she's battling up through the order as well. It's always very hectic through the first corner of the first lap, but they've managed to get it all sorted out of Christmas. It's Lilly who leads the way. Harvey in second position, now trying to attack. Humphreys, Hassan, Ty, Brierley, Ross is battling away with Stevens and Gurney. Stevens gets up the inside of Jamie Gurney, into the heel of the boot, into the ankle of the boot, sorry, and gets the place. So out in front, it's Lilly and Harvey. They are getting away. Third position is Humphreys from Hassan, Ty, Brierley. Then it's Ross in front of Stevens, Gurney, Valverde, Kylan Ingram moving forward, then Callum Lockett and the new boy Jamie Scott in front of the recovering Oakley Keatley. Up the inside, Tom Harvey going for the lead at Christmas, and Christian Lilly holds him off. He's not going to let him get the place this early on. So Christian Lilly hanging on in there. He gives a bit of a signal to Tom Harvey to say, don't overtake me, let's get away from the rest of the field, let's push away, and then we can battle on the last couple of laps once nobody else can catch us. So that's what that signal meant. Into the left-hander, and up this straight they come once again. Incredibly close battling in the early stages of the race as they come into the ankle of the boot, up through the toe. And Christian Lilly and Tom Harvey trying to break away. Third position, Charlie Humphreys doing everything he can to catch them. Fourth position is now Nathan Ty in front of Aidan Hassan, with Dylan Brierley closing in. Great weekend so far, this from Aidan Hassan and Dylan Brierley, who looks so fast, Dylan Brierley, as he breaks through to the front. Ellis Stevens is now up to 7th position in front of Louis Ross. Tom Harvey still battling away with Christian Lilly. Dylan Brierley's going to make his move on the inside of Aidan Hassan, and Nathan Ty in one move. Not quite enough. He has to stop back in front of Aidan Hassan and behind Nathan Ty. Goodness me, very close battling indeed, though, as Dylan Brierley has definitely stepped up a gear. Ellis Stevens is catching them, though. Aidan Hassan, quick look over the shoulder, and he's signalling to Ellis Stevens, come on, let's get Dylan Brierley. Louis Ross is in there as well. A little further back is Jamie Gurney. Some great battles in the early stages as Aidan Hassan working with Dylan Brierley to close up on Nathan Ty. They're going to work together to try and close up on the leaders. Meanwhile, Charlie Humphreys is decimating the gap to Lilly and Harvey out front. So Humphreys is getting very fast indeed here into third position, and he's catching them. The gap is only 0.6 of a second, and Charlie Humphreys has set a new fastest lap, 52.999. Somebody call the cops. He's going to steal the victory. Amazing stuff at the moment as he closes in on the leaders. Lilly, Harvey and Humphreys, now the 3 breakaways at the front of the field. Charlie Humphreys with plenty of pace, catching up with these two, trying to get away, but Charlie Humphreys is not going to be beaten here. He's going to push on for it. Closing up, he's got to wait for his moment, but I think he's going to join the 3 of them as they try and push away. But they were not banking on Charlie Humphreys being part of the triumvirate. Nathan Ty in 4th, Brierley in 5th, up to 6th has come Ellis Stevens in front of Aidan Hassan and Louis Ross. Then it's Gurney, Ingram, Valverde, Lockett and Scott. Now, no, sorry, it's Keatley now in front of Scott, so Scott is just doing his best to keep on pushing. You've got to learn somewhere, and we've all developed from the tail end of the field, but he's doing a great job of developing his craft at the moment in preparation for the 2018 season. He's doing a grand job. Now, it's going to tighten up for the lead battle. Now, Humphreys is having a look. Harvey's decided, enough, I'm going to try and take the lead. He's going to go into the lead at Christmas corner. He takes the position. Lilly tries to come back at him. Well defended from Tom Harvey. He holds on to the lead now. Lilly in 2nd place, trying to come up the inside of Ashby. That's defensive driving early from Tom Harvey, and Lilly's going to get alongside him on the exit. They're going to go side by side. Stevens has got past Dylan Briley further back, so they need to get on with this. Harvey needs to stop defending. He's in the lead, but Lily's going to get him, and so too is Charlie Humphries. Humphries gets through as well. So Lily's through. Humphries is second. Third is now Tom Harvey. Nathan Tye is catching, and Ellis Stevens is in fifth position. This is not going to be enough for Tom Harvey to get the job done, but he's got plenty of time to make up the move. 3.5 minutes plus that additional lap. Charlie Humphries doing a grand job to close back in on Christian Lilly. And so it's going to be Lilly running a little bit wide out of the turn. Humphries is much cleaner through. And Humphries is going to get alongside and take the lead up towards Christmas corner. He dives for the inside line and he's through. So Humphries takes the lead there at Christmas. Brilliant stuff. Now he gets on the defensive to shut the door on Christian Lilly. And that backs him into Tom Harvey. Harvey's going to have another look up on the inside of Ashby. And Nathan Tye has joined them. There's now 4 of them battling away for position in the cadets in the first race of the day. Terrific stuff. Into the first to the lefts. Out of Parker, down towards Chapman. And up the inside goes Nathan Tye. He gets alongside Tom Harvey and shoves him back to 4th place. So out in front, it's Humphries in front of Christian Lilly. Tye is now up to 3rd, and then it's the 2 championship rivals, Harvey and Stevens, battling together for 4th position. We didn't expect this early on in the race, but he is now going to have to try and defend like crazy from Ellis Stevens. So Humphries, Lilly, Tye, Harvey, and the new fastest lap from Ellis Stevens, a 52.75. I tell you what, she may not always start at the front, but once she gets a good rhythm, Ellis Stevens is a lightning rod through this grid. Absolutely amazing. Out of Christmas, up towards Inkermans. Humphries is your leader. Christian Lilly still giving him plenty of pressure at this point. He defends into the hairpin, but he executes the exit perfectly, Charlie Humphries. Lilly is not going to be able to overtake him into Parker. This is much better defense, and Stevens makes the place on Harvey. Stevens gets past Harvey as Lilly goes for the position on Humphries. He's going to get held up, and this is going to be a chance for Nathan Tye to come alongside and take second. Lilly looks over his right shoulder. Tye's coming through on the left. Up on the inside, and Nathan Tye through in a second position. What a comeback this is for Nathan Tye. Absolutely incredible. Now up into second position. Charlie Humphries has a gap, and there's only 1 3/4 minutes to go. Humphries leads, Tye second, Lilly third from Stevens and Harvey, and those 4 are absolutely bolted together. Humphries, though, is making a break. See you later, alligators. I'm off. Absolutely incredible. And they're all squabbling away for that second place now as Stevens defends from Harvey while attacking Lilly. Can't get through, but this is terrific stuff. And behind them, we've got Louis Ross and Dylan Briley coming in for close quarters. Ellis Stevens dives at the inside of Christian Lilly. Can't get the move. Has to get into line quickly before Tom Harvey comes back through. Stupendous battling in the early stages. And this is only Heat 1. We've still got pre-final and final to come. Humphries still leads, but Nathan Tye is breathing down his neck again. So Nathan Tye wants another victory. Both of these guys have won races over the course of the year. Charlie Humphries took the final victory at Shennington earlier in the season. Nathan Tye took his first victory in the first heat last time out at Shennington for the E-Plate. And we thought he was going to be a driver going for the E-Plate. In the end, it all fell apart, but he's got the ability to go for the victory. He will do it. Humphries holds on. Being a little bit defensive, perhaps a little bit preemptively, as again Louis Ross has to defend from Dylan Briley. Christian Lilly dropping back a little bit. Ellis Stevens and Tom Harvey, his championship rivals, right in there. But those 3 in 3rd, 4th and 5th, the E-Plate Lilly, 87, Stevens and Tom Harvey, 6, up by for the championship. Stevens goes up the inside of Lilly and Lilly shuts the door. Don't even think about it. Absolutely terrific. And Charlie Humphries has made a mistake out of the final, of the second right. Here comes Nathan Tye at the inside. Tye keeps his foot in. Charlie Humphries defends like mad and holds on. Lilly's going to get the bolt in there as well. They come down the hill and there's now 5 of them battling, 6 of them battling for the victory. They come across the line this time by, and we're into the final lap. Humphries, Tye, Lilly, Stevens, Harvey, Ross and Briley's in there as well now. 7 of them battling for the victory. Down Manuel's bank, up towards Christmas, and coming from a long way back. Dylan Briley's going to get past at least one of them. 2 of them maybe. He then loses it on the exit. Stevens has dropped back in position. So Harvey has dropped back into 7th place. Briley is now 6th, Stevens is 5th. Look at Louis Ross, he's up to 3rd position. Louis Ross has charged his way forward into P3. Terrific last lap from Louis Ross. He's now going to look at the top 3 in front of Lilly, Stevens, Briley and Tom Harvey. Aiden Hassan's trying to catch the train as well. But Nathan Tye and Charlie Humphries are going to battle to the boot, into the toe. One last chance for Nathan Tye, but I don't think he's going to be close enough. Charlie Humphries just needs to keep the faith, keep the throttle on, and Charlie Humphries is going to take it. Humphries wins. Second for Tye. Third is Louis Ross. Fourth over the line is Lilly, just in front of Ella Stevens. Dylan Briley is sixth. Tom Harvey seventh from Aiden Hassan. Kylan Ingram. Jamie Gurney 10th from Christian Valverde. No, it's now Callum Lockett who comes home 11th in front of Oakley Keatley. Christian Valverde must have had an off on the last lap. And Jamie Scott will be 14th. But what a race and what a victory for Charlie Humphries. Absolutely amazing. He kept the faith and dug deep there in the battle to catch Lilly and Tom Harvey. And once he got a sniff of the victory, he went, right, this is it. I'm going to pull away. And for the second time this season, Charlie Humphries takes a victory in the 2017 season. There's the confirmation. Nathan Tye second from Louis Ross in third. Christian Lilly ahead of Ella Stevens, Dylan Briley and Tom Harvey. And if Ella Stevens keeps on finishing in front of Tom Harvey, the championship will be won. Aiden Hassan is 8th from Kylan Ingram and Jamie Gurney, and all 10 of them were covered by 4.5 seconds at the flag. Lockett is 11th, Keatley is 12th, Valverde is 13th, and Jamie Scott in 14th position on his debut. Not a bad run from Jamie Scott. His lap times were pretty consistent in the 59s. We've all got to start somewhere, and Jamie Scott has handled himself very amicably indeed. So there the field are in position, and a very satisfied Charlie Humphries, no doubt, with after a fantastic victory and an absolutely terrific race. So it's been absolutely sensational racing so far that we've had here at Whilton Mill. If you're interested and want to get on the starting grid for the new season, birelARTUKseries.com, get yourself an entry and we'll see you on the starting grid in 2018. Novices are welcome. So here is the finishing order from the last heat in the cadet class, which forms the grid for the pre-final. Charlie Humphries and Nathan Tye alongside each other on the front row, with Louis Ross and Christian Lilly on the second row together. Ella Stevens and Dylan Briley are together on the third row, with Ella Stevens in front of her main championship rival Thomas Harvey in the battle for the Cadets Championship. Aiden Hassan joins Tom Harvey on the fourth row of the grid. Kylan Ingram lines up on row 5 alongside Jamie Gurney, with Callum Lockett and Oakley Keatley together on row 6. Then it is Christian Valverde and Jamie Scott. It'll be a really interesting battle, and it's all going to start getting very, very exciting here at Whilton Mill. So we're getting into the business end of the meeting. We've had our relatively relaxed start, but from now on in, it's all going to get particularly exciting as the racing gets particularly boisterous. So I think it's time to have a nice little background to build up some tension and keep things going nicely. Let's get some music going on, shall we, as we continue the battle out on the circuit. Should be a really interesting battle for the remainder of this meeting. The drivers get out onto the circuit. We're ready to go racing as the cadets leave the grid. It'll be Charlie Humphries from pole position who leads the way here from Nathan Tye. Louis Ross, Christian Lilly, Ella Stevens and Dylan Briley. It's going to be one heck of a race here in the cadets. Hello to everybody watching along on the Facebook live stream. Once again, Jake Sanson here in the commentary box from Whilton Mill. Do send us your messages of support and good luck to all of the drivers as we get ourselves ready for more fantastic action in the final round of the 2017 birelART UK Series here at Whilton Mill. It should be one heck of an amazing battle. So the drivers just going around on the first of their 2 formation laps. And the racing is going to be particularly close here. The second formation lap will start as normal. But now we have a real showdown on our hands in the cadets as they want to end their season on a high. The pre-final will get us underway. And once again, they will go round once more. Second formation lap, as they will all get 2 formation laps around the circuit. And the drivers prepare themselves for action around this final race weekend of the championship. So, Charlie Humphries and Nathan Tye from the front end of the grid on the front row. Louis Ross, third in race 1 after an amazing drive Alongside him, Christian Lilly, the new E-plate holder. Ella Stevens and Tom Harvey battling together for the championship on the 3rd row of the grid. They're battling together in there with Dylan Briley on the 3rd row of the grid. Tom Harvey shares the 4th row with Aiden Hassan. So this is going to be the big one as far as a lot of the young drivers are concerned. This is the race that sets the grid for the final. And for Ella Stevens, it's yet again one step closer to Tom Harvey. All she has to do is finish ahead of him in the last 2 races of the year, and she will be the champion. It's already pretty much sewn up. Mathematically, it's still to play for. So she's got to stay realistic and keep pushing. Here we go. We're engine revs rising, and we are racing once again. And it's a cracking start from Nathan Tye. They bang wheels. Him and Charlie Humphries, and Humphries goes around. Oh, Charlie Humphries crowded out on the far side. Not enough room for both of them to go through together. And Humphries spun out of the race. Now, I do not think that was intentional at all from Nathan Tye. They just ran together side by side. Somebody had to get spat out. Charlie Humphries ending up on the brakes there as he went through. It's instinct. You do it because it's automatic. And now Charlie Humphries will have to fight his way through from the back. I do not see that that was intentional from Nathan Tye at all. But he leads the way. It's unfortunate, but that is motor racing. That was not malicious in any way at all. They both had room, and that was the point. Charlie Humphries was given enough room on the outside there to run around the corner, but it's motor racing. There was contact just a little bit between them, and I think in terms of who to blame, that was 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. They're both racing drivers. They both want the position. So that's just what happens. Nathan Tye is your leader. Lilly second from Ross, Stevens, Harvey and Briley. Then it is the 99 of Oakley Keatley who's moved his way forward. Oakley Keatley doing a grand job in 7th place, ahead of Aiden Hassan for the moment. And Jamie Gurney's about to lose the place to Kylan Ingram. Kylan Ingram going through. Yes, he's there in front of Jamie Gurney, so he's made the place. So the battle continues. Charlie Humphries is absolutely ripping this race circuit apart at full speed, trying to get past the drivers in front of him, trying to close up the gap. And if the cadets battle like they usually do, it probably won't take him more than about 4 laps to get back into the action. Here they come. Nathan Tye in front of Lilly. Stevens now into 3rd place. Ross is 4th and Harvey is 5th with a massive queue of karts behind him. Briley, Keatley, Hassan, Ingram, Gurney, Lockett, Valverde, and now it is Charlie Humphries closing up on Jamie Scott to get past him. He makes the move and up another place there. So Charlie Humphries up into 13th position. That only took him a lap to get past Jamie Scott. So now he's going to charge after the rest of the field. And this is what Charlie Humphries is good at. If he gets himself into a difficult position, he doesn't dwell on it. He doesn't focus in on what's gone wrong. He just gets himself knuckled down in the kart, pushes like crazy, and he pulls off a deliberately magnificent drive. And there's a penalty being handed out, and it's to Ella Stevens. Ella Stevens is being given a penalty. Now, I didn't see what happened, but Ella Stevens in 3rd position is being given a penalty. Now, we need to figure out what that was for and what the penalty is, because it looks to me as though Ella Stevens, up to 3rd position, is going to be given a penalty. Now, I don't know what for. That's the difficulty, and I'm not entirely sure what the implications of that penalty is. But we're being told it is a 2-place penalty. Now, where Ella Stevens currently is 3rd. If she's docked 2 places, that means that Harvey will be 4th. Well, it might not be for long because Dylan Briley is closing in. Dylan Briley trying to get through and can't quite make the move stick, but this is going to be very close indeed. And in terms of the championship, that means that Harvey would finish in front of Ella Stevens. So from Ella Stevens' point of view, she's got to close up on Christian Lilly and Nathan Tye, pass them both, and that will keep her in the top 3. So I'm not entirely sure what it is that has docked Ella Stevens a place. Maybe they have judged her, the stewards, that she's made contact somewhere, or it might even be track limits, I'm not sure, but for whatever reason, Ella Stevens has now got to win the race effectively to stay in the top 3. She's on the tail of Christian Lilly, she's giving it gusto, and is trying to make the move on the new E-plate champion. Ella Stevens has had a pretty strong season, all told. She's been very strong all the way through the year, and she is currently searching for her 8th. Will not win her the race now because the penalty will drop her down 2 places. But she can't afford to think about that right now. She's got to think about winning the race because Tom Harvey is in 5th position, and even being docked to 3rd would be enough for Ella Stevens to be in a strong position to win the championship. So Nathan Tye leads, Lilly 2nd, Stevens in 3rd place. 4th is Louis Ross with a big gap back to Tom Harvey. I'm not entirely sure why Tom Harvey is struggling for pace the way he's been so far this weekend, but it doesn't change the fact that he is really struggling at this point. Harvey in 5th, Dylan Briley up in an amazing 6th position. He's having a great final weekend. Keatley up in 7th place, and he is charging forward. 8th is Kylan Ingram. 9th is Jamie Gurney in front of Aidan Hassan, Christian Valverde, Callum Lockett, and Charlie Humphreys, who's still absolutely rocketing around this circuit. And Charlie Humphreys is in the 53s, which is about exactly the same pace as the race leader Nathan Tye. So he's doing an absolutely cracking job. And Charlie Humphreys is making mincemeat of the gap in front of him. Now, Ella Stevens is thinking very carefully here. She's working with Christian Lilly to work further forward, to close up on Nathan Tye. This is her best shot at winning the race on the road. She may or may not have seen that she's got a penalty, but it's only a 2-place penalty, so she can still finish in the top 3, and that will put her still in front of Tom Harvey in the race results. So in terms of the championship, that should be enough to keep her in the box seat. Down the main straight, Ella Stevens working with Christian Lilly. They're trying to work closer to Nathan Tye. And now Nathan Tye runs wide at Crook. This is the chance for Christian Lilly. He gets up alongside, and the E-plate is going to take the lead here. Christian Lilly goes into first position at Christmas, so he leads. Christian Lilly goes out of Christmas, into Inkermans, and down towards Ashby, trying to get a decent enough protective line while still having the apex for the corner, as Charlie Humphreys is right on the tail now of Christian Valverde and Callum Lockett. I did say it wouldn't be long before he caught up the pack, and this is only lap 7. So Charlie Humphreys is doing a great job. 4 minutes plus 1 lap on the clock. There is Christian Lilly, Nathan Tye and Ella Stevens in the lead. Louis Ross is ready to pounce if there are any shenanigans up front. He's only a couple of kart lengths back. Out of the final turn, Lilly, Tye, Stevens, they come across the line together, still pounding around. Christian Lilly bouncing with confidence here this weekend. He's got a fast kart underneath him, fresh off the back of his victory at Shennington to win the E-plate, and of course his performances in Europe recently where he won in Castelletto. Now he's got to keep on pushing in front of Nathan Tye and Ella Stevens, but Stevens wants to get more than 3rd position. She dives up the inside of Nathan Tye. This is her moment, and she's through. Good move from Ella Stevens. That means she will still be a minimum of 4th place, but Tom Harvey has fallen to the back of that queue. Tom Harvey is now down to 8th position. Oakley Keatley's got through, Dylan Briley's got through, and Kylan Ingram's got through. It's starting to look more and more like the very popular, brilliant little driver, Tom Harvey. It's just not meant to be today for whatever reason. Kylan Ingram dives up the inside. Dylan Briley defends beautifully. Ingram's going to try and get Briley back on the undercut, and he's through. Kylan Ingram makes the move on Dylan Briley. Very nice driving there indeed from Kylan Ingram. Tom Harvey's got another crack at him, and he's going to work with Dylan Briley to move forward. Ella Stevens is getting hungry after the race leader Christian Lilly as they come up towards the hairpin at Christmas. And Ella Stevens can't quite make the break yet. She's not close enough to Christian Lilly. Give it 3 or 4 more corners and she'll be right there. So at the moment, Ella Stevens with a 2-place penalty in 2nd place would be docked to 4th place. Tom Harvey is trying to come back past Dylan Briley to be in a minimum of 6th position. With Tom Harvey having got past one, he's going to get past the other. He's done it. That's more like it. And Oakley Keatley has spun in front of them. Oakley Keatley has spun. So that is a disaster for Oakley Keatley. You can just see him in the back of your picture there in between Parker and Chapman's. So that means that Oakley Keatley has dropped down, and that's dramatically put Tom Harvey right back into 5th position. So Tom Harvey is now in P5. 6th is Briley, 7th is Ingram, 8th is Hassan, 9th is Gurney. Hassan and Gurney are having an amazing fight over 8th position. 10th place is now, wow, 10th is Charlie Humphreys. Goodness me, he's going fast. Charlie Humphreys is back in a 10th position, having got past both Valverde and Lockett. And obviously after the spin from Keatley, and Jamie Scott still there in 14th. Humphreys is now back in the top 10. He's a shoo-in now for a contention for the final again. Anything in the top 10 is a good position for a fast leading driver to battle for the final. Charlie Humphreys, having won a race already today, trying to get himself into a winning position again. And Ella Stevens has taken the lead. I didn't see where she did that. Hopefully we had that on film, because then we can watch a replay of it. But Ella Stevens is out front, Lilly in 2nd, Tye is 3rd, and Ella Stevens is trying to get away. Now, this will dock her to 3rd position, but with Harvey in 5th, this will keep her in the box seat for the championship victory. They're going to lap Jamie Scott up Manuel's bank through Fine Lady. Ella Stevens looks back. Don't look behind you, Ella. Just look up in front. Terrific racing thus far. Incredible battling all the way through. But Ella Stevens is hanging on. Lily's going to try and go down the inside. Ella lets him go because there's time to spare. And with Tom Harvey still battling away with Dylan Briley, it still looks good for Ella Stevens, even if she does get docked 2 places to be in front of Tom Harvey. So Ella Stevens still pushing on the back of Christian Lilly. Lilly is your leader. Stevens second. Nathan Tye is right there in 3rd position, doing a cracking job. Stevens now gets the inside line through the toe of the boot, and it looks like Nathan Tye could go with her. Not quite close enough. Ella Stevens goes into the penultimate lap. So Stevens leads, Lilly 2nd, Tye 3rd, Ross 4th. Harvey is still ahead of Dylan Briley, but now Kylan Ingram is closing in. Lilly has another go at Stevens into Christmas. Is this going to be for the lead? No, Stevens shuts the door. So Stevens is still there in the lead. Lilly in 2nd, Nathan Tye is right there in 3rd and looking threatening. Nathan Tye could go for the move here on Christian Lilly. He doesn't into Ashby. Nathan Tye is setting Christian Lilly up for an opportunity here. They want to close up on Ella Stevens once again. We are out of time, so now it's all about the final lap and a bit for Ella Stevens out front. Even with the penalty docking her 2 places, she will be a 3rd place finisher if she runs in 1st on the road. But Lilly has got Nathan Tye breathing down his neck at the moment as they battle for 2nd place into the last lap. Here we go. Ella Stevens out in the lead. Stevens is destined to be docked 2 places for some transgression. We're not sure what. But Lilly and Tye are very much closing in, trying to get the overall victory off her. Christian Lilly looking very threatening as they come off of Christmas through Inkermans and down towards Ashby. He's going for it. There's not a lot of space left by Ella Stevens, and Nathan Tye's going to get them both. Nathan Tye draws alongside Lilly, and surely he's going to take the lead round the outside of Parker. He shuts the door. Beautiful from Nathan Tye. What a move round the outside. And that drops Ella Stevens down to 3rd. Now she's trying to come past Lilly. Lilly shuts the door very aggressively down the back straight. Louis Ross is closing in. Now this means that if Ella Stevens remains in 3rd, she will be docked behind Harvey. Victory for Nathan Tye though. Nathan Tye's won it. What a drive from Nathan Tye. Amazing victory for the 2nd time this year. Nathan Tye is a winner in the cadets. Sensational victory, and he did it with so much style. Round the outside of Parker. Absolutely terrific move from Nathan Tye. What a way to win it. Lilly is 2nd, Stevens is 3rd, and will be docked 2 places behind Louis Ross and, crucially, Tom Harvey. So, here is the maneuver from Lilly. Pushes Ella Stevens out wide. Nathan Tye thinks, right, I'm going for it. I'm going to get the victory. Round the outside. Thank you very much. And that's how we run the race. What a drive from Nathan Tye. Absolutely magnificent. Oh, I'm not sure we can top that. Mind you, it is the cadets in birelART. We can always top that. But Nathan Tye is a winner again for the 2nd time. The 91 pulls in victorious. 2nd place, Christian Lilly. 3rd, ultimately, is Louis Ross again in front of Tom Harvey and Ella Stevens, because Ella Stevens is docked 2 places. We're not entirely sure why, but that penalty was given. Dylan Briley in 6th from Kylan Ingram, literally 0.2 of a second between them. Aiden Hassan and Jamie Gurney crossed the line 8th and 9th together. Valverde 10th in front of Callum Lockett, Oakley Keatley, and we lost Charlie Humphreys on that last lap or so. I'm not entirely sure what happened to him. I didn't see what happened. Oh, Charlie Humphreys is broken down on the far side of the circuit. Now, what is the reason for that? Now Andy Cox is standing on the start-finish line with, I think that's part of the engine, or certainly that's part of the airbox. And Charlie Humphreys' day came to an end rather dramatically out on the circuit. I didn't see what happened there, unfortunately. The airbox fell off the car. That's what it was. So, unfortunately, that is game over for Charlie Humphreys in race 2. But in the 3rd race, he will be right in there with another chance to repeat his race 1 victory. But this is it, guys. This is the last race in each class for the 2017 birelART UK Series, and it's going to be one heck of a showdown in the Cadet Championship. What an absolutely amazing result it's going to be. And Nikki Richardson writes on the stream, dear, oh dear, Ben. I'm afraid it looks as though he's only got himself to blame for that one as we go into the Cadet 60 final. Nathan Tye on pole position. Alongside him, Christian Lilly, the E-plate holder. Louis Ross in third position. Alongside him on the grid is Thomas Harvey. Ella Stevens will go for the title from row 3 alongside Dylan Briley, who's having an amazing weekend. 2 sixth places for him. Kylan Ingram and Aidan Hassan will share the 4th row of the grid together. Jamie Gurney and Christian Valverde beside each other on the 5th row of the grid, 9th and 10th. Then 11th and 12th on the grid is going to be Callum Lockett and Oakley Keatley. And with 13th and 14th position on the starting grid, it will be Jamie Scott and Charlie Humphreys fighting his way from the back of the grid. The drivers are about to make their way into the holding area, and as they do so, we are going to go down and speak to them. But Nicky Richards' comment from the previous race, very much ominous. Dear, oh dear Ben. I wonder what he's got to say about that one. We'll find out a little bit later, no doubt. But we're going to go down to the starting grid, or head our way down to the dummy grid to talk to some of the incredible young superstars in the Cadets grid who have made this such an incredible battle right from the word go. And we'll try and catch up with some of the talented stars as they get themselves ready for the last race of an amazing 2017 season. And we'll start with the man on pole position for this one after an incredible race, Nathan Tye. Nathan, really good earlier race, a fantastic victory. I'm guessing that's the same plan for the last one.
Well, hopefully I'm just planning to get away and hopefully win it for my first ever final win.
It's been a fantastic start to your weekend. You've now won a heat and a pre-final. Surely the hat-trick's not far away.
Hopefully.
Well done, Nathan. Fantastic stuff. Let's talk with Christian Lilly as well. Christian, it's been a really competitive weekend so far for you. You've been in the top 3 all the way through this race meeting. How do you think the last race will go?
I'm not really sure, to be honest. I don't know. I'm just hoping that me, Nathan, maybe a few other drivers could just break away and have a nice clean end to the season.
It unfortunately means that the first 2 races, you're now out of contention for the championship. You kind of expected that coming into this one anyway, so I'm guessing the last race of the year, it's just win it or bin it.
Yeah, that is really it for me. I'm not under pressure at all in the championship. I'm pleased for Ella and Tom to have come this far, and good luck to them in what they do next year.
Fantastic, Christian. Thanks very much. And, the Christians are all over the place at the moment. Christian Valverde's come over. Christian, another strong performance actually here today. You've really pushed yourself forward in terms of the pace. It's been going really well.
Yeah, I'm not really, I don't think I'm going to really get into the top 5, but I hope so. But also, yeah, the pace is going good, and then some laps I just keep looking up sometimes, and I understeer too much. So yeah, I hope it's a good race now.
Well, fantastic. I mean, you've been keeping us well entertained, Christian. I know you want to get to your kart, so I'll let you do that. Thanks for talking to us.
Okay, thank you.
Right, let's go and find the championship opposition. This will be an interesting fight. Tom Harvey. It's been a good day so far. In the top 5 all the way through. Last race of the season. How do you feel?
Just hoping it goes well, really. Just get a decent position and hopefully finish the season on a high, hopefully.
And it's been a great championship fight all the way through. Do you reckon it can be done now?
Nothing can be done to beat Ella at this point. So yeah, hopefully just stay second in the championship and get a decent result.
Well done, Tom. Fantastic run all season.
Thanks.
Right, let's go and meet the other fast lady battling for the championship. Let's talk to Ella Stevens now, final race of the year. Ella, good day at the office, battles all the way through, very fast here. How are you feeling going to the last race?
I'm feeling a bit confident about getting further in front of the grid.
Fantastic. I know that there's lots of people at home watching. Alice Powell has been sending you messages all day like crazy. I think we're all very proud of what you've done so far this year.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Have a good one. Right, who else can we have a quick word with very quickly? Kylan Ingram. Kylan, it's been a race of fighting your way back from the depths, but you've been working your way through the field pretty quickly. Lots of overtaking moves all day. It's not been a bad one after all, has it?
No.
So in terms of what you think we'll get out of the final, I mean, can you see yourself getting towards the podium?
Well, hopefully I'll try my hardest.
Good man. Keep it on, Kylan. Good job. Right, who else can we find? Let's talk to Jamie. You've been in the wars all the way through, and it's been good to see some good battles out there. You and Aiden Hassan were glued together for most of that last race. Good fun?
Yeah, very good fun.
So what's the game? Is potential? What is possible?
Yeah, I'm trying my best to get in there.
Good job. Nice work today so far, Jamie. Right, one more I want to fight for, and that is Charlie Humphreys, who won the earlier race today. Charlie, it's been a tough one, but you won the first race. You can always come from the back, and we know you've got good pace around here. Can we see you on the podium?
Hopefully. I feel very confident. I'm a little bit upset what happened earlier, but I should be able to get it back.
Good job. That's what we like to hear. Let's have a good one.
This one.
Excellent. Charlie Humphreys, still fully motivated before he gets himself into the action. Have we got time for one or two more? I think we might have. Oh, that's an interesting moment there from Christian Valverde as he starts the engine. Oh, blimey. I aged about 7 years then. Right, let's have a quick word with Aiden Hassan before his final race of the year. Aiden, once again, loads of progress being made, and great to see you fighting at the front. How are you feeling so far?
I'm feeling great because I'm being here quite a bit and testing. So I'm just great to be up here and winning trophies.
And there's one more race in the season. We know you can run at the front. You ran at the front of the qualifying session on the front row. Can we get you back on the podium?
Yep.
Okay. Good man, Aiden. Right. I think we've just got time for a word with Dylan Briley, actually. Dylan, again, this is your strongest meeting of the season so far. 2 6th places on the pace, right near the front. How do you feel?
I feel really good.
Okay, so we've got one race to go. There's going to be an intense battle with the drivers in front. Can we see the podium?
Maybe.
Maybe. I'm liking that. Quietly confident. Cheers, Dylan. Right, we might have time for one more, I think. Yes, we do. Louis Ross. Again, I really wanted to catch up with Louis after that incredible drive back to 3rd position. Genuinely good chance of another victory. This one could be the last one.
Yeah, I'd love a first, but let's see how it goes. Good luck to everyone. And
I tell you what, this is going to be a really interesting one on your step up to juniors. Have you enjoyed your time in cadets?
yeah, I've really enjoyed it. Really competitive. So, let's see what happens.
Fantastic. Finish the season on a high for us, Louis.
Thanks.
Good job. Right, I think that is pretty much all she wrote for the driver interviews on the grid. Apologies, we don't have time for everybody, but we have got a race to get underway. 12 minutes plus a lap on the clock, please, as we get the final race of the season underway. It's going to be an amazing title fight conclusion with Ella Stevens and Tom Harvey racing for the final time as championship opposition. And then, of course, several of the drivers in the cadet field are already setting their sights on a 100cc kart for Christmas. Please, Dad, please, Mum, as they make their way forward to drive in the junior category for next season. But it's going to be one heck of a ride to get there. And what a sensational battle it has been so far for all of the drivers in the championship fight. Green flag goes. And Nicola Tai writes on there, good luck to all the cadets in the final, and well done, Ella, on the championship win. So it has been confirmed. Ella Stevens is the 2017 birelART Cadets champion. I didn't want to preempt it before it was confirmed, but it has been confirmed now, as Ella Stevens is the champion for the 2017 season. And as a result of that, it has been absolutely brilliant. What a fantastic end to the season. So let's see the drivers as they make their way around the circuit for the last time in the 2017 birelART Cadet season. Apologies, I'm just trying to get my breath back. I've had to run up the stairs. This is more amusing than it is entertaining at the moment as I try and get my breath back. But these cadets, once I've got my breath back, are about to take it away again, straight away. So there's a little bit of shuffling of the deck here by the look of it. So Nathan Tai and Christian Lilly at the front of the field. On the front row, they go around for a second formation lap, as they have done all the way through the day so far. So it's going to be a very emotional and very exciting end to the season, as people are still sending in their well wishes to all of the drivers in the championship. They've all put in an absolutely amazing job. Emma Tomlinson and Stuart Briley sending in messages of good luck to all of the drivers in the cadet final. It's been an amazing and emotional year, and I have to say, for me personally, it's been an amazing season in the birelART UK Series paddock, my first ever championship season where I have spent every single round of the championship in the same paddock without missing a single round. It's been absolutely amazing, and the cadets have provided some amazing battles all the way through the 2017 season, and the crowds have gathered for this last race of the cadet season. It's an emotional journey, and for several of them, it is the end of their graduation ceremony before they step up to become a junior in the 2018 season. But at the front of the field, we still have a race to be won. And even though Ella Stevens has already been declared the birelART UK Series Cadet Champion, there is still more to do. And there is one more race before everybody can celebrate. Nathan Tighe has now had a heat win and a pre-final win. Will he make it a hat-trick here this weekend? He has not won all of the races today, of course. Charlie Humphreys won the earlier heat, but Nathan Tighe won his first heat last time out at Shenington, has now won a pre-final, and now the final. For the last time in 2017, the revs rise, and the birelART UK Series cadets are racing! Great start from Nathan Tighe, Louis Ross in there as well. Christian Lilly's going to get shunted down to third unless he keeps his foot in. He does, and he's up to second place again. Great start from Nathan Tighe. He takes an early lead. But Christian Lilly's got opposition behind him for second position as Louis Ross holds on to that second place, third place battle. Tom Harvey and Ella Stevens in close. Dylan Briley has held on to sixth place. A very clean start to the lap so far as everybody's gone through cleanly. Charlie Humphreys is now up into 11th position already as he charges his way through. So there's good battles everywhere you look in the cadets, and it's out in front for Nathan Tighe. Lilly second, Ross third, Stevens is up past Harvey into fourth position now. Briley, Hassan, Ingram, Keatley, Gurney, Humphreys, Valverde, Lockett and Scott. Terrific start to the battle, and it's been an absolutely amazing run so far. And great to see so many people still sending messages of appreciation and support as the race goes on. Terrific stuff. Nathan Tighe out front from Lilly, Ross, Stevens, Harvey, Briley, Hassan, Ingram, Keatley, Gurney, Humphreys, Valverde, Lockett and Scott. Donna Paul Salmon cheering on Aidan Hassan from the Facebook live stream at home as the racing battle continues. And out in front, it is Nathan Tighe in front of Christian Lilly, Ross, Stevens and Harvey. Sixth place is Dylan Briley in front of Ingram, Aidan Hassan. And side by side, Jamie Gurney loses the place to Charlie Humphreys, and Valverde slips through as well. So Humphreys has made up a couple of the places there as well. Third, sixth, eighth, ninth, 10th is Charlie Humphreys. Humphreys is up to 10th place then. But Nathan Tighe continues his run out in the lead of the race. So an absolutely terrific battle out of the final turn and down the straight. Nathan Tighe running well. Lilly, Ross, Stevens and number 6, Tom Harvey. So an absolutely terrific job it's been so far. And they're going to battle it for an absolute age in this one. It certainly is in cadet terms as they continue to battle away in through Christmas Corner. Nathan Tighe in the lead. Lilly, Ross, Stevens and Harvey. No change in the top 5 as yet, but it looks like it's about to. Dylan Briley still there in 6th from Ingram and Keatley. Hassan's lost a couple of places. Charlie Humphreys is still there in 10th place, moving up. And Christian Lilly is in 2nd, but Ella Stevens has got past Louis Ross. So Stevens is up to 3rd. Ross is 4th. Then it's Harvey, Briley, Ingram, Keatley, Hassan and Humphreys. But Nathan Tighe still controlling the pace at the front. He doesn't need to do too much work at the moment. He's still just controlling the lead of it. Second place is Lilly. Stevens is working with Christian Lilly, Ross and Harvey to try and close that gap down to Nathan Tighe. And Humphreys makes the move on Aidan Hassan to get up into 9th position. Good move again from Charlie Humphreys. So much confidence, so much conviction. Nothing to lose as far as he's concerned, and he's pounding around, getting in another good couple of positions. Down the short stretch, up towards the hairpin. Nathan Tighe, Christian Lilly, Ella Stevens, Louis Ross and Tom Harvey have broken away from the rest of the field. These 5 leading the pack and getting away. So Nathan Tighe out in front, Christian Lilly 2nd. Then it is Ella Stevens from the number 5 of Louis Ross. Tom Harvey getting some encouragement from Louis Ross. Come on, work with me. We can catch them. We can catch them. But these 5 are pulling away from the rest of the field. Dylan Briley is the best of the rest in P6 at the moment. Over the line they come. And Ella Stevens looking very threatening on the back of Christian Lilly right now. Ella Stevens fresh off the back of sealing her championship, wants to go out on a high. And it looks as though she will do so. Out of Christmas corner, continuing on her fantastic run. Off the turn, down towards Christmas, down towards Ashby they come, sorry. Down the Kenny straight, into the left at Parker. Down to the left at Chapman, and still Ella Stevens looking very hungry on the back of Christian Lilly. But Nathan Ty, 91, is your leader. Out in front, Ty, Lilly, Stevens, Ross, and the 6 of Tom Harvey, still very much in there. Dylan Briley in 6th position. Then it's Kylan Ingram in front of Oakley Keatley, who's doing a cracking job, as Stevens makes the move for 2nd place. Stevens makes the move for 2nd of the final turn on Christian Lilly. So Stevens up to 2nd now. This is really, really good work. Meanwhile, Oakley Keatley is battling away with Kylan Ingram. Jamie Gurney's got Valverde and Lockett to deal with at the moment, and they're all battling away together as Ross makes a move on the inside of Christian Lilly. Oh, good defending from Christian Lilly, making sure that Louis Ross can't come through. But look at Ella Stevens, has gone right onto the back of Nathan Ty. She wants to win her championship and bow out with a win. Right on the back of Nathan Ty. An absolutely fantastic end of the season this, as we've got 5 drivers battling for the win, as we thought we might. Nathan Ty running well in front of Ella Stevens. Christian Lilly, 4th position for the 5 of Louis Ross, and 6 is Tom Harvey in 5th position. Then Dylan Briley, chased by Kylan Ingram, Oakley Keatley, and Charlie Humphreys. Humphreys could easily make top 6 here. Still a long way to go. 6.5 plus 1 lap. Absolutely amazing racing here, and still the battles continue around the circuit. Here comes Christian Lilly up the inside, trying to make the move on Ella Stevens for 2nd, and he's got it. Absolutely terrific move from Christian Lilly. Back into P2 behind Nathan Ty. Ella Stevens has to succumb to 3rd position for the moment. But Tom Harvey again trying to challenge Louis Ross to move up into 4th position. Superb stuff at the moment as the racing continues here at Whilton Mill. Down through Chapman's. Nathan Ty in front of Christian Lilly. Ella Stevens still there in 3rd position in the 87. Then it's Louis Ross and Tom Harvey. These 5 absolutely planted together now. Ty, Lilly, Stevens, Ross and Harvey. Briley is leading the chase behind in 6th position with Charlie Humphreys tightening up Ingram and Keatley. So there's going to be 2 battles, 1 for 1st and 1 for 6th as the race continues on. Oh, and Christian Lilly's got a run on Nathan Ty. He has to back out of it, and this could give an opportunity for Ella Stevens to close in. Nobody goes for the move. They run together. Ella Stevens having another crack at Christian Lilly as they come down to the hairpin at Ashby. Nobody makes the overtaking move. They just want to get away from these 4 that are closing in, and they are closing in rapidly. Dylan Briley, Kylan Ingram, Oakley Keatley, and Charlie Humphreys still battling away together. 10th place at the moment for Aidan Hassan. Nathan Ty up and over the curbs on the back straight. They come down towards the heel of the boot. There's 9 karts potentially in this fight. As up the inside, Kylan Ingram makes the move to go for Dylan Briley and takes the place. And Oakley Keatley's going to try and repeat the move on Dylan Briley. He still keeps his nose in there. There's not a lot of space, but he's made the move stick. Brilliant overtaking there from Oakley Keatley. That was bravery, courage, and absolute conviction. And now it's side by side for the lead. Christian Lilly up the inside of Nathan Ty. Ty slots in. Lilly takes the lead. So Christian Lilly has taken the lead of this one as Oakley Keatley is now having to defend from Dylan Briley to the inside of Christmas. He does so, round the outside. Oh, and a big wobble there from Lilly as Nathan Ty gets back on the inside. Lilly's now trying to come back through and win. Side by side. And Nathan Ty still hangs on. Terrific. Stevens there in 3rd in front of Ross and Harvey. Oh, Stevens runs out wide and drops back to 5th position behind Ross and Harvey. So Stevens back to 5th position now. Ingram 6th from Keatley, Humphreys and Briley down to 9th. But still all 9 of these karts are in contention for the win. That's the 49 of Scott trying his best to stay out of the way. This could cause a bit of an issue. They're going to get through at exactly the right moment. Nathan Ty opens the door. Lily's got a chance. Here comes Louis Ross. Ross is going to get alongside Lilly. There's a little bit of shoving. Up the inside, Ross is going to get on the inside of Lilly. Is that a clean move? If he finishes it, it will be. No, he doesn't. Lilly gets back through. Oh, wow, this is terrific stuff. Stevens still on the back of title rival Tom Harvey. Just a bit of racing for fun now. Nothing more at stake, just giving it gusto for the last race of the season, and Nathan Tye has held on to the lead. Lily second, Ross third, Harvey fourth, Stevens down to fifth. But Stevens is coming straight back at Tom Harvey, up the inside. And that pretty much sums up the championship as Ellis Stevens takes the place for fourth place there. Contact warning goes to Louis Ross in the 5 and the 91 of Nathan Tye, would you believe? Both of them are given a warning. So a very interesting state of affairs there for that one. But the leading 9 are still well clear. Behind them it's Aidan Hassan in 10th ahead of Gurney, Valverde, Lockett and Jamie Scott. But it's still very close indeed for the victory. Tye, Lilly, Ross, Stevens and Harvey. 5 carts, all battling for the victory with 2 3/4 minutes plus 1 lap to go in this incredible cadet final. And it could go anybody's way. It's the last bit of racing they'll have in this championship until March. So who will go into the winter with bragging rights? Off the turn they come, down the back straight. And Christian Lilly's looking hungry. Nathan Tye shuts the door neatly into the boot. No problems there. Meanwhile, behind them, Oakley Keatley has got himself smartly into 6th position now in front of Ingram. Humphries is in there as well. Louis Ross is going to try and make the move on Ellis Stevens. Stevens trying to come through. Has got past Harvey. He's got past Ross, and that lets the door for Harvey. Stevens runs wide, and Harvey's through in a 3rd. Lilly's through into the lead at the same time. So Lilly takes the lead, and Harvey's up to 3rd in front of Stevens and Ross. Brilliant final race of the season this, but Nathan Tye's not done yet on Christian Lilly. He's going to come back at him as Stevens dives up the inside for Harvey and gets 3rd place once more. So Ellis Stevens back in a B3. Nathan Tye still hungry on the back of Christian Lilly. It's not done yet. 1 minute and 40 plus 1 lap on the clock. By my math, that's 3 laps. Ellis Stevens in 3rd position, still in front of Tom Harvey and Louis Ross. Keatley is 6th, then it's Ingram, Briley. That is Humphries now in front of Briley. So Humphries is there in 8th, but there's only 4 seconds between all of them. It could still go anybody's way. The last race of the season, and Nathan Tye on the back of Christian Lilly as he continues to push. Ellis Stevens has got company from Tom Harvey. Is Nathan Tye going to make the move on Lilly into Christmas? No, he hangs back for the moment. Meanwhile, Charlie Humphries is going to make the move on Ingram. He doesn't get the move done. He has to hang back. And Nathan Tye looks back to see where Stevens and Harvey are. It's not quite the moment yet, but we're into the final minute of the time that we have allotted. There is 1 more lap plus the time, of course, so this is going to be the penultimate lap next time around. That's when Nathan Tye will want to make the move on Lilly, but he needs to make sure he's got enough space to do it and he's got the right opposition. But Christian Lilly is no slouch. He'll try and get away at the front. This is going to come right the way down to the wire. Lilly, Tye, Stevens, Harvey. Louis Ross has dropped back a bit now, and Oakley Keatley's got damage. Oakley Keatley's got damage to his front nose cone. It hasn't slowed him down at all. But Nathan Tye is now reeling in Christian Lilly. Surely now he's going to go for the move into Christmas. Lilly's holding it around the outside, but he's going to go very deep. But he hangs on in there. Great driving from Lilly. And that might be enough of a gap to be safe. Into Ashby. Stevens is close in with Nathan Tye. They've got to work together, these 3. Tye, Stevens and Harvey, if they want to beat Christian Lilly. Nathan Tye's got good speed. Lilly's going to have a real problem down the back straight to hold him off. Nathan Tye onto the back straight. Not close enough to make the move yet, but he can set himself up for Christmas next time by. Into the left, into the double right at the toe of the boot. Down the drop, he's on the inside now. Nathan Tye's got a chance on the inside of Lilly. Lilly's going to come out wide. They bang wheels. Stevens going to come alongside. Nathan Tye's going to get the lead there, surely. Stevens on the inside of Christian Lilly. Harvey trying to tuck in as well. Amazing. They go up the hill, down Banyos Bank. And Nathan Tye hanging on in there. Stevens, Harvey. Lilly's going to go round the outside to hold on to the place. There's not a lot of space. He holds on to 3rd. Tye is leading. Stevens 2nd. Lilly 3rd. Tye comes right across to defend. Stevens on the inside. Lilly goes for the undercut on Ellis Stevens. They're going to be side by side on the run to Parker for the last time. And Stevens hangs on the inside line. Nathan Tye's got about 4 kart lengths. That should be enough to win his first final in the birelART UK Series. Down the straight. Stevens defending 2nd from Lilly. Harvey and Ross are right in there. So too is Oakley Keatley. Watch out for Keatley. He's going to be in there. Ross on the inside of Harvey in the final turn. But the victory is for Nathan Tye. Nathan Tye has done it. And it's 3 wide for 4th at the finish. Stevens is 2nd. 3rd is Christian Lilly. from Harvey, Ross, Keatley, Ingram, Humphreys, and Dylan Briley from Hassan, Gurney, Valverde, Lockett, and Scott. But what a finish to the cadet season in 2017. It's Nathan Tighe who wins in magnificent fashion. Absolutely sensational final race in the cadets. Nathan Tighe has done it. He really wanted to win his first final, and he only had today to do it. He had to fight for it. He really had to work for it. But he has got the job done in the end. Absolutely sensational racing. And that is enough for Nathan Tighe to bow out the season as the winner. But Ella Stevens is confirmed as the 2017 birelART UK Series Cadet Champion. Absolutely amazing finish then to the cadets for 2017. And before they disappear, I'm going to try and get down there to congratulate our race winner, our second place and our third place. An absolutely terrific end to the cadet season in fine style. They have all done an amazing job, the cadets, this year. They have all shown flashes of brilliance right from the word go. But what an absolutely sensational end to the season. It's been an absolutely brilliant race and a terrific end to the year. Let's see if we can get in there and have a word with Nathan Tighe down in scrutineering. Nathan, you got there, a victory in the final, absolutely amazing. How are you feeling right now?
This is probably the best I've ever had in my life.
Absolutely amazing. You won the pre-final, you won the final. 2018 championship now.
Well, I'm just saying well done to Tom, well done to Ella for doing really well in the championship 2017, and hopefully I can get close to winning next year.
Congratulations, Nathan Tighe. Well done, mate.
Thank you.
Excellent victory. Now, where is the lady, sorry, in second position? And now the new champion, Ella Stevens. Second place in the final, but that is not important right now. You are the 2017 birelART UK Series Cadet Champion. How do you feel?
I feel very relieved.
Absolutely amazing season. It's been fighting all the way, and it's been such a tough fight, but so much hard work. What's going through your mind right now?
I'm just very surprised that I've actually got a podium as well as I've won the championship.
What a nice way to end the year, and back for more in 2018?
Hopefully.
Well done. New champion, Ella Stevens. Well done.
Thank you.
Absolutely fantastic. And well done to Tom Harvey. Tom, you fought so well in that race. You really gave it your all. It was great to bow out with a great fight. You must be really happy with the way the year's gone in all.
Yeah, it's been definitely a good season and a good race just then. I think we've got second in the bag. But yeah, I just want to thank Ella, just say well done. Because she was just so consistent all season, and I just couldn't do anything really to beat her overall. So yeah.
Great job, Tom, and we'll see you in juniors next year.
Yeah, thanks.
Well done. Fantastic. And how about that? A handshake at the end of a great racing season between Ella Stevens and Tom Harvey. That's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful sight, and great sportsmanship between the two of them as they shake hands after a fantastic season of amazing racing. That is lovely to see.